Argentina is not what most people think. For many, it is the country of tango, football, and Buenos Aires. But that is only the beginning. Behind those famous images is a nation of huge distances, powerful landscapes, deep history, and strong identity. It is a land where glaciers meet dry plains, where mountains rise in the west and wide cities grow in the east. It is a place shaped by indigenous cultures, Spanish colonization, the struggle for independence, mass immigration, political change, and a culture that became known around the world. Argentina can feel elegant and wild, modern and historic, European in one moment, and deeply Latin American in the next. That contrast is what makes it so powerful. It is not a country of one face, one mood, or one story. The more you look at it, the more layers you find. In this video, we start in the capital, Buenos Aires, where history, power, and daily life come together. Then we travel through Argentina's most famous places and architecture, from great public landmarks to some of the most dramatic natural scenery in the world. After that, we discover the food, simple, strong, and full of national character. And in the final chapter, we explore the mystery of Argentina, the atmosphere, memory, and feeling that make this country unforgettable. We begin in Buenos Aires, the capital of Argentina. Standing on the shore of the Rio de la Plata, Buenos Aires is the political, economic, and cultural heart of the country. For many people, it is the first true image of Argentina, a city of wide avenues, historic buildings, cafes, theaters, and constant movement. At first glance, the city feels grand. It is elegant, busy, and full of energy. Beauty and pressure live together here. At the center of its history is Plaza de Mayo, the square where some of Argentina's most important political moments took place. Around it stand major national landmarks, including the Casa Rosada, the Cathedral, and the Cabildo. Not far away rises the obelisk, one of the clearest symbols of Buenos Aires. Modern, public, and impossible to miss. But Buenos Aires is not only monuments, it is also neighborhood life. In San Telmo, old streets, colonial buildings, and cafes keep a slower rhythm. In La Boca, color, tango, football, and painted houses create one of the most famous scenes in the country. The city was also shaped by immigration. Spanish, Italian, and many other influences can still be felt in its architecture, food, and daily life. Buenos Aires can feel refined, but never quiet. Traffic, music, nightlife, politics, and culture give it a constant pulse. This is Buenos Aires, elegant, restless, and unmistakably Argentine. Argentina is a country of unforgettable places. Some of its strongest images come from nature. In the north, Iguazu Falls crashes down with huge power, creating one of the most dramatic natural sights in South America. The water, the mist, and the sound make the place feel almost unreal. In the far south, Los Glaciares National Park opens into the world of Patagonia, a land of ice, mountains, lakes, and wide empty spaces. It is cold, quiet, and full of raw natural beauty. But Argentina is not only about nature. It is also about history, architecture, and city life. In Buenos Aires, places like Plaza de Mayo, the Casa Rosada, and the obelisk show the political and historic side of the country. These are places where important national moments happened, and they still carry that meaning today. Then there are neighborhoods like San Telmo and La Boca. Here, the city feels more personal and full of character. Old streets, colorful buildings, tango, and local culture give these places a very different energy. That is what makes Argentina so special. In one country, you can find powerful waterfalls, frozen landscapes, grand public buildings, old neighborhoods, and streets full of life and movement. Argentina's landscapes and architecture are wide, dramatic, and full of contrast. That is what makes them so memorable. Argentina food is simple, strong, and full of tradition. It is built on meat, fire, dough, and flavors that are closely tied to family life and regional culture. Asado is the most famous food in Argentina. It is made by grilling different cuts of meat over fire or charcoal. It is popular all across the country, especially in Buenos Aires and the Pampas, where cattle culture is very strong. Empanadas are one of the most popular foods in Argentina. They are made from pastry dough filled with meat, cheese, ham, chicken, or vegetables, then baked or fried. They are found everywhere, but each region has its own style, especially in the north. Locro is a traditional thick stew. It is made with corn, beans, meat, sausage, and vegetables, cooked slowly for a long time. It is especially popular in northern Argentina and is often eaten during national celebrations. Dulce de leche is one of Argentina's most loved sweet foods. It is made by slowly cooking milk and sugar until it becomes thick and caramel-like. It is used in many desserts, but it is especially popular in alfajores, soft cookies filled with dulce de leche, found all across the country. Argentina has a mysterious side. In Patagonia, the land feels endless, full of wind, ice, silence, and distance. It is the kind of place that feels older than time. In the far south, Tierra del Fuego has its own mystery. Cold waters, dark forests, and the feeling of standing at the edge of the world give it a wild and distant atmosphere. And in the northwest, Quebrada de Humahuaca feels ancient and unreal, with strange rock shapes, strong colors, and a silence that makes the landscape feel full of memory. That is the mystery of Argentina. And that is why Argentina is not just a place to visit. It is a place to remember.